jacket on. And yes, I also don't know what it is that we're getting on Evolve tonight. So with that being said, we do have this preview from Mr. Stone. So let's have a look, shall we, and see kind of what's being said and what we can expect on Evolve.
Tonight, I have my biggest match of my career live on Tubi at 8 p.m. WWE Evolve. Man, this is what I've dreamed of. I'm representing WWE ID and the ID versus AAA versus PC in a triple threat match.
Oh, yeah.
This is huge. This is a big deal. This is what I dreamed of. I'm here. This is what I want. This is what I wanted my entire life. And now I'm going to do what I always do and hit the 450 splash. Show why I'm the finest, not just WWE ID, but in the world.
You heard it right there. Marcus Mathers, all sorts of fired up tonight. It's going down AAA talent, ID talent, PC talent in a triple threat matchup. And of course, I'm Blake Howard.
I'm Robert Stone, and this is your weekly WWE Evolve 2B teaser. And look, tonight, 3 WWE ID prospects being revealed.
Certainly going to be a big monumental night on Evolve. And speaking of which, the Evolve Women's Champion, your brand new champ, Kendal Gray, is back. And Rob, she's looking for her first challenge.
And it all goes down 8 p.m. tonight on Tubi.
We broke out into
Tonight,
some
I have my big
jazz, which I wasn't expecting. I'm not down on, but there we go. We had a bit of jazz that kind of got introduced into our lives. So yes, we've got that triple threat match. So ID against AAA against Evolve. Should be fun. 3 new ID talents being introduced. I don't think that's going to mean anything to me because I just don't really know anyone that's out there, to be honest. But I don't know. Maybe there's some names that people are excited by. Maybe there's some names that people are hoping to see. But that's, could be interesting. Could make some waves. Could get some attention. I don't know that it's going to mean anything for me, but I'm here for it. And so I think we've got Kendal Gray on the show as well. I seem to remember Kendal. I don't know that she's wrestling, but I'm expecting her to be on the show. Plus also, are we going to see Zayda Steele, or is that it? Is she gone? Are we going to see Stevie? If not, is it just Big Jar again? What we do in there as well. So there's a few question marks there. So yeah, I'm down for seeing kind of what is next when it comes to Evolve. Benny said, I feel the frustration with WWE Creative, but if you look on the bright side, at least the dastardly Tony Khan is not booking your favorite wrestling shows. I actually thought NXT yesterday was a bit better. I was quite positive on quite a few of the elements. I enjoyed the kind of fun open. I understand the frustration of the main event being interrupted, but I gotta be honest with you, I think I'm just a little numb to it now. Like, that is not something that I complain about anymore because it just happens so often that we would just be complaining all the time. So I just I didn't expect Kalani to lose the title. And I think they wanted both to look strong. So they had Ricky and Trick interfere. Really, the big talking point in that match isn't so much like who won, because as I said, I expected Kalani to win. It was how she won. That was the big thing. At least we got the turn, and that's the big takeaway. And then, of course, we got the moment where they went through the platform. And, of course, we got the announcement that there's going to be a last man standing match. There was a lot that they kind of got into the final minute of the show, So I like the chaotic open. I'm not down on the finish. I know I actually listened to Brian Alvarez ranting about how, it was rubbish, the main event, and it was interrupted and all of that. I get where he's coming from. I do understand what he's saying, but I just think we see this so often. It's really hard to kind of keep that energy every time there's going to be a match that's going to be interrupted, Maybe the main event was not the right one to do it, but in that chaos, in that confusion, that's what allowed Kalani to actually use the belt undetected by the ref, right? So that chaos, it played a part, and it's the turn that was the most important thing. I think, if she had have just got the win and she hadn't a turn, maybe I would have been down on it a bit more. But I feel like there was something significant that still happened, and that was the turn. So I like the open. I don't mind the finish, honestly. I think chaotic ending. Love the Kendal match. I don't know if I'm just blowing it out of proportion, but there was some stuff there that really impressed me. There was that one sequence where she was on the outside and Lash was swinging for her, and she really was getting out the way. It was like, it's like Matrix stuff, and then she went in between the legs of Lash, and it was like, it was just so good. She was being so evasive, and I was, you know, she is like this little ball of energy that, you know, can get out the way. She's got really good movement. She's very athletic, very agile. You know, I mean, she's like, you know, contorting, bending out the way, like, and she can grab a hold of someone like Lash, and she's got the power to just hit a German suplex. You know, she's deceptively strong, Kendal. So I'm very, very excited about her. Very excited about her. I think she is going to be a serious, serious talent. I mean, she's got all the foundations. Like, she's got a bit of a personality. She's doing those Wednesday things with Ren Sinclair. So, I mean, she's kind of, you know, showing her personality there. She's obviously a good-looking girl, and she can work. Promo-wise, we haven't really seen a great deal. I would say that promos, I don't know that she's going to be delivering any, like, great lines. But, I mean, she is so early in her career. She hasn't even really got up and running in NXT yet. I mean, she'll still be in NXT in, like, a couple of years' time. So that's an area that needs targeting. In ring, I think she's already in a great place. I mean, she delivered a 4-star match when she won the title off Callie, and that came from Dave Meltzer. That's not me saying it was a 4-star match. That's Dave Meltzer saying it was a 4-star match. So, I mean, she's already delivering 4-star matches, and she hasn't even started with the bulk of her NXT run. Plus, she had a really great match against Lash Legends on NXT. Presentation needs tweaking because, you know, I'm not a big fan of the graphics, the music, but that is easy to change because anything would be better than what she's got right now. So that'll be easy. Just, you know, invest in her. Actually, you know, put a bit of focus on her. Get something put together for her presentation package, and that'll be fine. Ring gear is not a massive problem. I'm just not crazy about it, but it's not a massive problem. Yeah, I'm just really excited, man. So, I mean, that was... I really enjoyed that match as well. So, I really don't have to look hard to find stuff about yesterday's NXT that I enjoyed. And again, you know, look, we're the first to criticize. I mean, I ranted and raved, didn't I, yesterday about creative, and I've ranted and raved for a little while about creative. So I think when we get a good show, when there is something where we can go, guys, I really enjoyed this. I like this. I like that. I want to be able to express that as well, because I think it's only right that, you know, we give the credit as well as the criticism. Tiger said, where can you watch Evolve in the UK? So, yeah, Evolve is unfortunately not available in the UK. You have to get a VPN. So the way I'm in the UK and how I do it is I turn my VPN on and then I go over to Tubi. And Tubi's really good. I say this every week, but it is. Tubi's really good. It's basically a free service. There's adverts, obviously, that you have to sit through, but there's no subscription fee, and basically Evolve is there, and so you can sit down, watch Evolve, and I think they're very watchable. I mean, every week you tend to get at least one match that is worth tuning in for. Obviously, it's not so much about that, though, because you might get some weeks where there aren't any matches that were worth tuning in for, but it's just worth knowing who's coming through. In a way, it's a bit like if you support like a team, like some sports team. I don't really know how it works in America, but here in the UK, like, we've got Man United, and then, of course, we've got the under-21s. So the under-21s are like the kids that are coming through. So this is like watching the under-21s. This is like watching that next wave that's coming. So we know that if Oba and Trick and Jordan Grace get called up, we know who's going to be replacing them. It's going to be Sean Legacy. It's going to be Jackson Drake. It's going to be Keanu Carver. It's going to be Callie Armstrong. It's going to be Kendal Gray. You know, it's going to be Chantel Monroe. Like, this is the next wave that's coming. And so we can start to kind of, you know, learn a bit about them. So that's why I like Evolve. I like Evolve for that reason. And also, one of the things I do love about the conversations we have is we talk a lot about creative. But what we don't do is we don't just go, oh, they suck, and that's it. Like, I like to think we give examples and we talk about how things can be improved. And I do like to kind of do that with Evolve as well, where we watch people, wrestlers, and we're like, what do we think about the entrance music? What do we think about the emotes, the gestures, the poses, right? What do we think about the ring gear? What do we think about the moveset? What do we think about the selling? What do we think about the pacing of the match? What did you think about the match in general, right? Was there any little botches in there? Again, you know, are they showing any development from the last time that we've seen them? Have we seen any promos? If we did, what did you think about it? Was it live in the ring or pre-recorded backstage? Blah 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 blah. Like, you can really get your teeth into where they are, what they need. I really like that as well. That's something that I just enjoy. I just enjoy that. I think, you know, honestly, in a different world, I would, you know, love to be like a trainer. Not that I would be. I mean, obviously, you know, you probably want to have had a wrestling career in order to be a trainer. So I'm not saying I ever would be, but I'm saying in a different life, you know. If I had a wrestling career, then I absolutely would love to have moved into training. I think that makes a lot of sense. I can understand why, like, Sean wants to do that, like work in NXT. I can understand why CM Punk says that he would like to do that. I understand why Natalya does that. She does a lot of training at the dungeon and everything. I mean, it is very rewarding, isn't it, to kind of help others fulfill their potential. So, you know, if there's people out there that are trying to figure it out, trying to find a way forwards, you know, kind of helping them out with that is very rewarding. A lot like teaching and being a teacher or an instructor in something. So, yeah, I just love watching Evolve for those reasons. There's a few different reasons why Evolve appeals to me. And it's been good. Yeah, genuinely have enjoyed it. Adam, shout out to you, my friends. You didn't need to do that, buds. You don't need to send in these super chats, my friends. It goes to the Chair Fund. Chair Fund 2025 is where it goes, so that I can get, like, I am gonna get one. I'm gonna get one at Christmas. Gonna replace this rickety thing. But yes, Adam, I really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for joining us, and really do appreciate the support, the generosity, and as I said, that's where it'll be going. So I'm not going to be getting loads of Jaeger bombs or anything like that. It will be going back into the channel. It'll be going to fixing my spine. It'll be going to improving my posture because flipping, you know, this flipping chair. Prehistoric vintage, thank you, buds. Appreciate it. My first super chat said prehistoric vintage. Well, thank you, my friends. I really appreciate it. And yeah, no, I just appreciate people hanging out, sharing their thoughts on wrestling. So prehistoric vintage, thank you. And Adam, thank you as always, my friends. Adam said, make sure you get the best one. Well, I'll see where the fund is at Christmas, but to be honest, I don't need anything for Christmas. I'm not really after anything for Christmas, so I'll probably see if I can get, like, money from family members, and that can all go towards donations, and I'm sure we'll get something good. Yeah, we'll get something good. My spine will thank me for it in the long run, I'm sure. James said, get a Joey from Friends chair, one of those, like, lazy boy things. Yeah, do you know, there's that could be pretty fun, couldn't it? But you have to, like, if you do sit in a chair, I've actually done a lot of research into it. Like, you've got to make sure that you get, like, obviously the ergonomic ones that really support your back, that have got the lumbar support and all this kind of stuff, you know. I've read that gaming chairs are actually not that great. They don't really offer that kind of support. They're comfortable, but for long sessions of sitting down like what we do, because don't forget, I'm still sat here even when I'm not streaming. When the stream ends, I sit here working on Unseen. So for me, I'm like 8-10 hours, you know, in the chair every day. And so, yeah, it needs to be... I'm not sure a lazy boy will do it, to be honest. I got my Christmas present early today, said James. A Lee Evans box set. I've been after it for ages. Oh, that'll be good. That'll be fun. I love stand-up box sets and stand-up comedies and stuff like that. I mean, just brilliant. I've said before, like, one of my favourite things to do was to do night shifts when I worked in retail. And that meant that I could basically just get a load of that year's stand-up stuff. So, you know, it might be Peter Kay, it might be Mickey Flanagan, it might be Stuart Lee, it might be Al Murray, whoever had stuff out, right? Sarah Millican, Sarah Pascal. You'd just grab all the new ones, get a stack of them, take them to the DVD player by the counter, just, you know, work your way through them throughout the night. So you'd be going to the back, grabbing cages of stock, bringing them onto the floor, getting boxes out, going round, filling up the shelves, pushing, you know, the racks would just be all fallen forward of CDs and DVDs where people have been going through. So you'd be just like knocking them all back. You'd be filling up the pockets, filling up the chart wall, getting like towers of DVDs and CDs like put in place at the end of the rows. You'd be like filling up overheads and, you know, making sure that the counters were fully stocked. And all the while, you've just got like Lee Evans on and Peter Kay on and things like that throughout the night. I just love it. Jesus, like a dream job. So, yeah, brilliant. I think I've probably heard all of those Lee Evans ones over the years. But, yeah, that'll be good, that will. It's got all the 6 DVDs in. Even the ones I haven't gotten. I got it from CX for $5. Really? Hey, love a bargain. Love a bargain. Jobson said retail is great. I do that. I love retail. I could quite happily go back to retail as long as it was a job that I was in, a product I was interested in. I wouldn't be very good in certain shops, you know, like there's no point putting me in like Bed Bath and Beyond or whatever, or Lush here in the UK or something like that, you know, or Fragrance Warehouse. I mean, I'm no good in those places. I have no interest in those things. But CDs, DVDs, amazing. Love it. I could maybe work in a men's clothing store. Maybe. I don't really care about men's clothes, but I mean, I'm running out of options, aren't I? Because all the CDs and DVD stores are flipping either closing down or they don't really do many CDs, DVDs anymore. So maybe CEX would be a good place for me to work, actually, which is like where people bring their old stuff and trade it in. Perhaps that would be a good place for me to work. Maybe I could work in game. I'm not down on games. I mean, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I might just keep doing this for a while. But if I need to, I probably need to have a plan, you know? Probably need to be like, okay, this isn't working anymore. Let's go and work at Starbucks. Benny said maybe Walmart would have been epic for you. We don't have them, but yes, Walmart would have been awesome. I'd have loved Walmart. If I could be on like the toy section, so I could be like, you know, working on the wrestling figures, and I think those Simpsons figures are out now, actually. So, you know, pop vinyls, things like that. Yeah, I could work on that. I wouldn't want to be on tires or anything like that. That would be awful. Or TVs, I think, would be a nightmare as well. Because you probably have to, like, take them to people's cars. And, do you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I can't be doing all that. Food, I don't know. I don't know that I'd want to work on foods. I mean, you might be putting stuff out, be like, oh, that looks nice, but I don't know. Kind of feel like I need to work with something that I'm interested in. That's why CDs, DVDs was a flipping dream come true. Kian said, Daze, I hope you're well, having a good day. I've made a custom framed glass photo of my grandparents for my mother as a Christmas present. Wow. Surprise for her. And I got to get stuff in. Well, that's amazing. I haven't even begun to think about what I'm getting people for Christmas. I'm the worst gift giver. My brother is so good. He's really good when it comes to giving gifts. He just seems to be very thoughtful and just, like he got my dad a plaque that was the family name and it all explained the history of it. And I was like, that is so clever. And I was like, that's actually amazing. That's such an amazing idea. And there's me with some money and a CD, So, yeah, he's really good at gift giving. So, I don't know. I think he's, sorted out, a weekend in London for my dad as well this year. So, it's hit tickets to a show, hotel, and all that. Again, it'll be me, CD, and some money. That'll be me. Maybe a DVD. We haven't really got a DVD player set up anymore, but I can push to a DVD. But yeah, he's really good. AB said, I'm in fulfillment. It's for a major retailer learning merchandising. We sell men's clothing. Well, listen, if you enjoy that, brilliant. I mean, I don't know. I've never worked in fulfillment or worked with men's clothing, so I don't know how I would do with it. But I know that when I worked with CDs, DVDs, I really enjoyed that. Yeah, men's clothing, I think I could give it a go. I'm not planning on though, to be honest. I'm going to stay here for a bit, but. Danny said, having been in finance for the majority of my career, working in retail for a few years as a mini career change during a tough period was the happiest and the most stress-free time of my life. Yeah, but if you work in finance, you're earning probably really good money. So obviously you have to trade that off, don't you? I mean, if you work in retail, you're not going to earn great money. It's going to be minimum wage unless you can get into managerial positions. So that is the trade-off, isn't it? It's funny, isn't it? Because, I suppose the more responsibility you get, the more stress you get, but the more money you get. I suppose it all goes up, doesn't it? So, as you get more responsibility, as you get more stress, then of course you get more money. If you work in retail, just fill in shelves, jumping on a till to serve customers, I mean, that's obviously going to be low paying, unless you can find a really good company that's going to look after you. That would be amazing. But yeah, I agree. It was just, and what was so great as well was that you was working with people that were when I was working there, I was working with people that were in their early 20s, mid 20s, and they hadn't settled down yet, right? So that meant that they were all free to go out to the pub for drinks. So, I mean, we would be going to the pub, drinking. Sometimes we went to a club. There were some really, really great nights. Really great nights. I don't know that it would be that way now, because I think the world's got so expensive that actually I could work in the same shop I'm thinking of. It might be completely different. I'm sure they still occasionally would go out, but I bet it's not like it was. I bet it's not like it. I mean, it was every night. Early shift would go to the pub down the road. Late shift would then drop down after to, see who was left around. And if everyone had gone, no problem. The late shift would just hang out with themselves. Normally, there was pretty much always at least a few people left from the early shift. But of course, some people would go down, have one, and I'm busy tonight. But there would always be a group of us by the end of the night. So, yeah, good, messy, but great memories. So, yeah, Danny, I can believe that, bud. I've nothing but love for retail. It's probably not true for everyone. Probably some people that have had some nightmare bosses and whatever, but no, I loved it. James said, I'm more do I need it? If it's a yes, then I buy it. If I want it, then I can wait. Well, that's a really good way to be. Money Worth Monster said, this is the year you got to outdo your brother. I do think that, you know, whenever he tells me what he's getting, I always think, no, I'm going to beat that. And then I never actually do. I just never do. I mean, part of it is that I stream and do work all the time. So, I mean, like, I did a member stream. Then I started working on tomorrow's members quiz. Now I'm doing this. After this, I've got Unseen. Then I have to get the members quiz finished. I still haven't set up Saturday night's main event. I've still got to put a members post up. I haven't set up tomorrow's member stream, and I haven't set up SmackDown. So, do you know what I mean? Like, I always have a jobs list that I can never, ever get on top of. I just have to every day make sure I get the essentials done. And if I can get more than the essentials done, then that's great. But actually sit down and give serious thought for Christmas gifts never makes it onto that list, to be honest. So, but, you know, I have good intentions. Do you know what I mean? I have good intentions. Edward said, what match are you most looking forward to tonight? I don't know any matches, but there's only that one, isn't there? The triple threat. So I don't know what match is actually being, what matches we're actually going to be getting. Dean said, hello, Daze. I'm looking forward to Saturday watching wrestling. Same. With all my friends. Yeah, it should be good, but I'm looking forward to it as well. I think the card looks fine. Looks good. I'm not down on Saturday night's main event. I know there are people that are like, oh, there's too much wrestling and all of that. Maybe it's because I do the channel, and, you know, it's obviously better for the channel that there's wrestling rather than no wrestling. So I don't know. I don't know if it's that, but I like the fact that we've got a show this weekend. I'm not down on it, and I think the fact that we are definitely going to be crowning a new world heavyweight champion, like, we're guaranteed a moment, aren't we? Sometimes you go into shows and you don't even know if there's going to be any surprises or any title changes, but we are guaranteed a moment. Either Jay is going to start his second reign of terror, or we are going to get CM Punk hopefully having a proper run now, a proper reign, rather than winning the title and then getting cashed in on. So I think they go Punk, and I believe Punk is a big favourite with the bookies. But, well, you never know, do you? You never quite know. Rob said, my first boss was awesome. He called me to tell me that I didn't need to come in. He said, you know, I'm your favourite boss. Write it down. So I did. I put it on a card, put it in my wallet, and I showed him later. So he said that you didn't need to come in, but you just had to write down that he was your favourite boss. That's weird. I don't get that bit. You had to write down that he was your favourite boss, and then you did, and you put it in a wallet, and you was this guy like power hungry or something? What was this? What was that? What was that about? I mean, I can understand them going, oh, you don't need to come in today, but I don't get the, I want you to write it down. Write down, I'm your favourite boss. Put it in your wallet. Give it a kiss. Put it in your wallet. Write down, I'm your favourite boss. Tell me you love me. Say you love me down the phone right now. Tell me you love me, Rob. Right now. What do you want to do to me, Rob? What do you want to do? That's where it feels like it's going, Rob. That's where it feels like it's going. Very uncomfortable. I think we can all agree. I think everything is a bit predictable, says Moneyworth Monster. Well, maybe. No, don't know until we actually get there. But maybe. I'm thinking it's CM Punk that wins. But they could go with Jay. And there's, I mean, what happens with Jay and Jimmy and all of those? Are we going to get a turn? Is Jimmy going to cost Jay? It's not even just who wins. Like, how are they going to win it? I think Dominic retains. That one feels predictable. I'm not really too bothered by that. That was kind of added last minute. I think Jade wins, but I'm not 100%. But that would be a new champion as well. So, again, even if it does go that way, it's still another moment. So we've only got 4 matches, haven't we? I don't think we've actually had 5 matches announced yet. I'm just looking to make sure I've not missed any. So we got Punk J, which, as I said, I think Punk wins. Cody Drew, I think that's Cody. I don't think we need a title change there because Punk is going to be the talking point. Tiffany Jade is interesting because we don't really need a title change there, but with Jade's heel turn, I would. So we could be getting 2 new champs. And I think Dominic retains. So 4 matches, 4 championships, and we probably need a 5th because the last Saturday night's main event had 5 matches. The one before that had 6. The one before that had 5. The one before that had 6. You got to go all the way back to 2008 when there was a Saturday night's main event that just had 3 matches on it. That was in 2008. But since they brought it back, the lowest we've had is 5. So, yeah, it does feel like they're going to add, maybe on SmackDown, 1 more match to it. I don't know what that would be. Maybe Alistair against Damien or something. That's on SmackDown, isn't it? Daze is my favourite boss. He lets me do whatever I want, said William, as long as it makes you guys cry. He is big on making people cry, but that's true. That I do actually completely agree with that. Rob said there was a power outage the night before when he said I didn't need to come in. I laughed. He said that he knew I wanted to see him. Then he said the favourite boss part. I don't know that this is getting any better, to be honest. But okay, as long as you're safe right now, Rob, that's all that matters. As long as you're okay right now, that's all we need to know. Benny said, NXT Evolve is good and all. I'm waiting for Worlds Collides. Grimm's GTS against ARW Pro. Trog versus Tommy Salami would bang, and that would be 7 stars, says Benny. Corey said it would be nice to see a tag team match at Saturday night's main event. That's true, actually. Connor said, do you think Alistair Damien could get added? Well, it could do. I'm not saying it's going to, but I think it could do because, you know, obviously there's a story there, a feud there, a match that needs to be had. Whether they would want to do it on Saturday night's main event or just on the next SmackDown, you know, they're going to need to decide. But, I mean, you could put it on Saturday night's main event quite comfortably. Trini said, Rob, I think your old boss was related to my priest. For our holy confirmation ceremony, he gave us all t-shirts with his face printed on the front. Wow. That bosses are like that, aren't they? They are like that. They do love themselves. So, yes, fun. I bet you treasure that shirt, don't you, Trini? I bet you still treasure that. James said, Rob, blink twice for help. Yes. Yes. Daze, my right side of my face is swollen from the dentist. Everything's hurting. Well, that's because you had all your teeth out, but you didn't just have like a tooth out or a little bit of work. You had like major work done. So I can understand that. Should settle down, shouldn't it, after a while? Connor said, Daze, here are my predictions. I think Punk wins. I got Cody winning. I think Jade wins. I've got Dominic winning. Yeah, I think I'm with you on that, Connor. Rob said, I drank a bottle of Jack Daniels on the way to the store to the Christmas party. I feel down as soon as I got out, threw up in the restaurant. My boss took me to his remodeled house to sleep. I bet he did. After what we've heard about your boss, I bet he did. I bet your drink was absolutely, well, I bet it was spiked. I bet it was fine. And then your boss was like, oh dear, Rob. Looks like you need to come back to mine. I've got some pajamas you can put on. And you're like, oh my God. Thanks. Thanks for looking after it. That's no problem. That's no, but you have a little sleep in the car. I'll let you know when we're at the dungeon. I mean my house. I'll let you know when we're at my house. Daze, buy your brother Lifetime Prime drinks. No, I like my brother. Alex said, what time does it start? I think it starts in about 25 minutes. About 25 minutes. Yowie, wowie. Yeah, that's what Rob's boss said. I didn't even take mine, said Trini. I just left it there. Alex, shout out to you, but no worries. I want to make sure that we're on top of everything. Marcus Mathers is one to watch, said Alex. I've been following him on the indies for a while now. Only seen him a couple of times in Evolve, so don't know loads about him, honestly. So, yeah, looking forward to... getting to see him again. It's a triple threat, isn't it? We've got ID versus Evolve versus AAA. So hopefully this is going to be a fun match. I mean, I'd imagine it's going to be action-packed. And then we've got some new ID talent that's getting shown off. So that hopefully will be interesting as well. I don't know, as I said earlier, that's going to mean much to me because I don't know really too many people from the indie scene. But if you are an indie head, if you are someone that's into your independent wrestling, then there could be some people here. Imagine if they've signed Love Doug or Little Mean Kathleen or... That's it. I'm pretty much out now. I don't think I know anyone else. Bang. Daze, could you see Punk and Jay ending in a no contest due to the Vision getting involved? It could happen. I wouldn't say that it would be... I wouldn't say that it's what I'm expecting to happen, but it could happen. I think that the Vision getting involved so that they get themselves in the conversation makes sense. But Saturday night's main event is before Survivor Series, isn't it? Survivor Series that's next. So I don't know. We're not going to be doing a title match there, are we? So we probably do need to crown the champ at Saturday night's main event because the next one is Survivor Series and that is going to be a War Games match, and we're not going to have, we're not going to crown a title during a War Games match. So the question would be, when do you crown the champ if you do, kind of mess it up with the Vision? I don't know that you would mess it up at Saturday night's main event so you could then crown the champ on Raw or anything like that. So I'm going to say a Vision could absolutely get involved, but I don't think they're going to stop the champ from being crowned. I think we will crown a champ. James said Marcus Mathers the fourth, Eminem's long-distant cousin who can't rap. Foxy Light said, I went to my first wrestling show this past week. I had a great time. Where did you go, Foxy Light? Where did you go? Vaughn Virgo is another guy on the indies that I hope they sign. He is freaking awesome, said Alex. Right? Awesome. Good to know some names to kind of keep an eye out for, so I'm down with that. Edward said, I think Mr. Stone posted who was in the triple threat. I don't think he said anything in that video, did he, that we played earlier? And that video's the only thing he's put. Oh, no. There is graphics. Yes. Can I show that? Yes, I can. So, Tate Wilder from the Performance Center. So, it's funny that he's not classed as Evolve. He's classed as Performance Center. Marcus Mathers of ID and Laredo Kids. Laredo will bring, obviously, that Mexican flair. Marcus Mathers, solid talent. Tate Wilder, we've only seen a couple of times, so I don't know. I don't know how excited that is going to be, or how exciting that is going to be, but meet the new prospects. So we get to say hello to some new friends. And there she is. The champ is here. The champ is here. There we go. Tonight, the new Evolve Women's Championship celebration. So there is Kendal Gray, and let's go, man. Let's go. The champ in the house tonight. Very good. Very good. Daze, sometimes I'm confused. When we talking about a hated wrestler like Y2J in AEW about to go to WWE, and now people are excited. It's the same with Cody. What's up for that? Well, I don't know. I mean, do people... I mean, with Jericho, for me, in AEW, I was not a fan of his work. But I think that wrestlers in AEW get given more freedom than what you would expect them to get in WWE. So, you know, there was stuff that I was seeing out of Jericho that just, it wasn't for me, right? And there's been quite a long list of things. I mean, he was calling himself the Wizard at one point. I feel like Jericho has an idea, doesn't filter whether it's good or bad, but just goes, I've had an idea, and then he does it. And if it works, brilliant, I'll run with it. If it doesn't, well, I'll have another idea. That's Jericho. That seems to be Jericho's approach. So, you know, I wasn't around for things like the learning tree, but I heard that people were really down on the learning tree. People were really down on the Jericho Appreciation Society when that first started. People were like, what the hell is this? The Wizards. I'm not sure that that's fondly remembered. So, you know, the thing is that in AEW, they you know, he's doing that kind of stuff. I don't know that he comes into WWE and does those things. You know, instead, I'm hoping that there'll be, you know, some restrictions and we can kind of get back to the Jericho that we know and love. So I can't speak for other people, but all I can say is that a wrestler in AEW with the freedom that they get there can, you know, be different to a wrestler in WWE where they are a bit more limited with their freedom. But, I mean, to be honest, under Triple H, I don't even know. I mean, will Triple H give Jericho the freedom, the same freedom he enjoys in AEW? I suppose the other thing as well is it's like a fresh start, isn't it? Plus also you've got like all this talent that he can work with. So, you know, you're excited to see him working with, you know, the people that are coming through. Like he might work with an Ethan Page. He might work with a Bron Breakker. He might work, you know, reunite and do some stuff with Heyman. Or he might work with Cody. There might be some little references to AEW, and that might make some WWE fans smile. There's just all this potential, isn't there? I suppose in a way it's like a fresh start again. So if you did watch him and you was not a fan in AEW, you're going to be hopeful that it's going to be different when he's in WWE. And that, you know, maybe not every idea he has we run with. Alex said, I hope that Evolve introduced tag team championships in the new year. I feel like having a tag division is pointless. Otherwise, unless you have the NXT tag titles go there as well sometimes. Yeah, I'd like to see some tag titles coming in. I agree. The Jericho Vortex, said Glockness. I don't even know what that was, but apparently that's been axed now. That's not happening anymore. But that was another thing, apparently. The Jericho Vortex. Claire said, where can I watch Evolve? It is on Tubi. So if you're in America, just go to Tubi. If you're in the UK, use a VPN and then go to Tubi. Big Time said, Daze, speed matches being put on the NXT product has not been to my taste. We've had 2 tournaments so far, and we're doing another next week. Jasper Axiom was cat and mouse and rest holds. Yeah, I mean, I've not been blown away by them. I thought that match was okay. It didn't do anything to my score. It didn't lower my score. It didn't raise my score. It was 3 minutes and I was just not moved by it. So to me, I was like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, my score didn't go up. My score didn't go down. So, yeah, for me, it was fine. It was what it was. But I can understand people being like, no, let's use this time for something better. I totally understand that. Claire says, thank you. No worries. Evolve get their own belts. Will they get their own belts? Well, they should do. We'd hope so. Alex said, I'm just sad that Jasper Troy is probably going to win the speed title. Who is going to beat him? If they can get something out of it, though, why not? You know, if Jasper Troy's going to walk around with a belt, I know it's only a speed belt, but they made a big deal out of Sol Ruka being 2 belts. Sol Ruka, 2 belts Ruka, right? They made a big deal out of her being a double champ, and one of them was a speed championship. So, you know, if he's going to walk around with a belt and have people challenge him for it, thinking they can beat him in a 5-minute match, I'm ever optimistic we can make it work. Give me Omos as the one to beat him, and I'd be okay with it, said Alex. That's actually not that bad an idea, is it? Imagine that. Mystery person to challenge for the Speed Championship. Out comes Omos. That could be pretty fun. I find the tournament's a waste of time, says Big Time Baxter. Yeah, some of it, though, is to get the talent on TV, isn't it? Some of it is to give, like, you know, somewhere for AAA talent to, you know, appear. And to get, like, you know, maybe some Evolve talent on the show. I mean, the good thing about it being 3 minutes is that it's not offensive. So if you did have, say, Callie Armstrong in that tournament, it's just a really good way of getting Callie onto the show. Hey, here's Callie Armstrong. She's a big deal in Evolve. She's going to be a big deal in NXT. Let's have a look, see what she can do in 3 minutes. And it's one of those where I understand people can say, oh, it's not for me. It sucks. Matches aren't any good. We could use the time elsewhere. But it's a great way of just getting people on the show. And it's a great way of just getting people used to seeing some people. And if they can just do a couple of things that just grabs attention in the match, like a couple of nice moves, you know, that might win them a few new fans. You know, it's not going to be harmful. And it's not going to be harmful to the overall show, is it? I mean, let's be honest. If the 2 hours of NXT was firing and was really good and captivating, I don't think anyone's score is going to be massively dragged down by a 3-minute speed match. It's just so inconsequential. It just really does not, you know. I think even, like, we don't even get, like, entrances. Didn't we come back from a commercial break or come back from a backstage thing and they were already in the ring? I don't even know if we're doing entrances, so it's honestly not one that phases me. I get that people aren't crazy about it. I ain't crazy about it. If it went away, I would not care. Take it away. I'm not bothered. Keep it. I'm not bothered. It just does not really tend to do much on my radar, to be honest. I sort of see the pros and the cons, I think. It's just a way of getting some AAA talent on. It's a way of getting some Evolve talent on. They don't outstay their welcome. It's really hard to stink the place out with only 3 minutes. But equally, it's hard to put on a banging match with only 3 minutes as well, isn't it? So, yeah, I get it. It's not for everyone. Jasper is so bland and boring. I get they're trying summer in 2025. Seeing a gimmick being an angry monster just doesn't work. Yeah, there's definitely development that needs to be done there. Definitely development. But I still don't really feel like we've really kind of got going with him. He kind of had a little push when he came in from LFG, and then he kind of got moved to the side. So I think we haven't really, you know, it's not like he's going after the mid-card belt. It's not like he's on TV week after week after week. So he's still in his prototype stage. Where are we time-wise? Okay, we got 10 minutes. Moneyworth Monster said, I believe Zarya is going to win that Speed Championship. And then she doesn't give it to Sol. And that causes a riff. And that's how they break up. That's interesting. Because honestly, I think if she wins it, then she shouldn't have to give it over because she won it. Sol vacated it. And so, actually, that would be off, I think, of Sol. Sol had a choice, didn't she? Of, are you going to defend it or do I vacate it? She vacated it. So, she vacated it. And it was Zarya that was like, I'm going to win this back for the both of us. She didn't say she was going to win it back and give it to Sol. So you've got a good point that if Sol then thinks That's what's going to happen. And Zaria's like, no, I won this. You vacated it. I won this back for us. Yeah, we're a team. Then, yeah, you could do something there. The only thing is, though, I think in that situation, it's going to be really hard to make Sol Ruka the babyface unless Zaria attacks her. But, Sol, I think, is being unreasonable there. Sol is the one that gave the belt away, and now Sol is the one that's presuming that Zaria winning the tournament, winning the belt, is now just going to hand it back to her. That is all a bit heelish in my book. So there's probably a way forwards if we do go down those roads, if you do want to keep Sol as the babyface. But, it is kind of positioning Sol more as the heel, I would say. Which might not be a problem. There are people out there that are like, let's give heel Sol a go. It could work. It might be good. Do we think there's a storyline where Blake tries to steal Dominic from Liv will be families for generations? Do we think there's a storyline where Blake tries to steal Dominic from Liv will be families for generations? I don't know what that means. Oh, will feed families. Is that what you mean? There's a potential story there, but I think Blake's in NXT for, a bit. I think that, she's around the mid-cards. They probably would like to get her to that NXT title. I don't know that Blake finds her way to the main roster until... God, I don't even know. I mean, I think it could be 12 months. And honestly, if it is 12 months, it might be a Rumble call-up. It might be a draft in 2027 call-up. I don't know that they call her up in next year. So I don't even know where we'll be with Liv and Dom by that point. So there's what I would say is if you was in creative and you wanted to tell that story, yeah, there's nothing stopping you from doing it. Will they tell that story? Don't know. Don't think so. I'm not sure. It's too far down the road when Blake's going to come up. I don't know where we'll be with Dom and Liv at that point. I mean, Roxanne might split up Dom and Liv. Did you see England, South Africa? I only saw, the bits of it. I didn't watch it. I was just following it on BBC. And, we got battered. Glockness said there's 8 billion people on Earth. All I need is for 1 billion of them to just send me $1, said Glockness. Sounds reasonable, that, but you're not asking for much. Just $1 from, some people. Yeah, sounds... honestly, I'm actually angry people have not done that for you already. Because you are actually being really reasonable. What's unreasonable is the fact that I don't have the new episode yet of Evolve. That's unreasonable. Still just showing last week's episode. Trini said, don't do it, Daze. He made the same offer to Austin, and we all saw and we all see how he came back. For your safety, don't go anywhere alone with William. I didn't see this, so I had no idea what we were talking about. But no, I mean, I never had any plans to go anywhere with William. You'd have to be an idiot. Knowing what I know and what we know about William, you'd have to be an absolute idiot to want to go anywhere with William. Prehistoric said, send that guy $1. Send that guy $1. Prehistoric is, I think, telling everyone to send $1 to Glockness. So that's on you lot. Yeah, that's on you lot. I think Prehistoric is trying to start the 1 billion people movement, Glockness. I think someone's got your back here. God, we're so close as a community. What a great community. Glockness is like, I just need 1 billion people to send me $1. And Prehistoric's like, we can get that ball rolling. We can do that right here, right now. That's lovely, that is. That is lovely. That is friendship right there. Money Worth Monster said, these last few weeks have been planting seeds with Dominic and Roxanne. I think that's because Liv is closer to a return. I think she'll feud with Roxanne when she gets back. Early 2026 is when we're expecting that. So, yeah, it's not too far away, but the streets are saying it's probably still a couple of months. I think a lot of us are expecting Rumble return. That's what that's what I'm expecting. Right, the episode is there now. You'll be pleased to know. I know many of you were worried, but you'll be pleased to know that it is actually up now. Big Time said we don't watch it though until it gets to the hour mark. So 4 minutes, we'll press play. Right, Big Time said, Daze, when you get released from NXT, it's understandable if talent feels slighted and made to feel like they weren't good enough. People that do get kept on come across like they pass the test. I don't know. I mean, yes, I can understand people being released, being disappointed and wondering what they could have done more and all of that. I don't know that others come across like they've passed the test or anything like that. I don't get those vibes. I'm not sure where you're picking those vibes up from. But, yeah, for those that have been released, of course, yeah. You know, you're going to feel slighted because you're in the minority, aren't you? There's like 150 people at the Performance Centre. We normally let about, 10 go? Something like that. So that means there's still 140 there, and then we bring new ones in. So, yeah, I mean, basically, you didn't make the grade for whatever reason, be it that you weren't progressing quick enough, or your promos weren't good enough, or your match quality wasn't good enough, or they just couldn't see, they couldn't find the right creative. Could be a million different things, but yeah, you can understand people feeling that way. But I saw something really interesting from Drew McIntyre. McIntyre said that in talent relations, they tell people to go and do a Drew. Go and do a Drew. If you want to get back here, you can. Look at what Drew McIntyre did. You know, he ended up going from WWE, making a big name for himself, reinventing himself, getting himself into great physical condition, and then came back and won the WWE Championship. So, like, you can feel slighted and feel sorry for yourself and, you know, mope and give up. Or you can go and do a Drew. And that's what they tell talent, go and do. Go and do a Drew. Drew actually spoke about that today. He said he's really honoured that that's a message that gets, like, communicated. I don't know if it gets communicated at the performance level, but apparently he does know of people that have been told that. Go and do a Drew. Go and make a name for yourself. Go and reinvent yourself. Go and get a, you know, improve your look or work on your promos or, you know, build up your following or whatever it might be. Go and do a Drew. Right, with that being said, it is about time. So we are about to get started with the October 29th episode of Evolve. Let's go. Let's go. Look at Sol, Kalani, JC, Fallon, Lash, Jasmine. When you look at Gigi, Cora, Jakara, there's an evaluation period where talent's progression is monitored. Yeah, I think it is monitored. Well, we know it's monitored. It's monitored all throughout, really. Look at Wes. Did you say Wes? I mean, apparently Wes did everything he could do at the developmental level, but they... Let me take the sound off. Did everything they could at the developmental level, but they just didn't have anything for him at the main roster. How much does that suck? Imagine you do everything that is asked of you at NXT, and, you know, you get used well and you get used consistently. And, yeah, okay, you had some injury issues. But then basically you hit the end of the road because they just don't see it in you. It does make you wonder, why did no one on the main roster not have this conversation with Wes years ago? If Triple H didn't see anything in Wes, why not make that clear years ago? Why waste his time? There's Kendal Gray. The women's champ is in the parking lot. She needs to be careful. We know the NXT parking lot is a very dangerous place, but obviously that's the Evolve parking lot, so we don't know if that's as dangerous. It might not be as bad. Here's Mason Holiday. My favorite holiday is Mason Holiday. Why does her entrance graphics look like semen? That's my question. That's Daze's question of the day. Why does Mason Holiday's entrance graphics at the end look like splashes of semen? Mason, if you're watching, I don't know if you could answer that. We all love to party, don't we? We all love to party. We're just doing a bit of dancing. I like what you got. Okay. I sort of feel like... Oh, Gintala. Gintala? Mrs. Ilya Dragunov. Gintala got let go, didn't she, unfortunately? So... She might be dressing up in a few days in cosplay, but this match she's about to have is very real. That entrance is very going through the motions, isn't it? The way that she came out and she's like, felt a little bit too blasé, to be honest, but she's very good with her submissions, you know. Lovely kicks as well. You only get so many opportunities. Look at that kick. Bang, missed with it. Went for a back elbow. Mason Holiday down. Gintala is standing on the head of Mason Holiday. I always enjoyed watching Gintala's submissions. I did. I'm not going to apologise for that. Right now, we're keeping Mason Holiday down. Don't forget that the champ is here. The champ is here. Kendal Gray is going to be celebrating. Hopefully not the same way that Mason Holiday's graphics are celebrating, but, you know. Roll up there by Gintala. I think Jin's going to win this, said Joe. Johnny said she joined some indie promotion last week. Well, good. Get that experience. Go and do a Drew. This is far from the end of the road. You know, just because WWE don't think you're quite at the standard at the moment doesn't mean you can't get to the standard. Crossbody there by Mason. Kick out there by Jin. Big Time said 5 years in developmental for Wes is ridiculous. If Zachary was with him, he would have made it to the main roster. I think you're right, yeah. I think you're right. It's crazy though, isn't it? I mean, it shows that you're never really free of getting cut. I mean, obviously, if you're an amazing talent that's being used all the time, being put in big matches like Trick, you know, you're probably in a good place. If you're Oba, you're probably in a good place. But even if you're someone that's been in for a long time, look at Mandy Rose. I mean, she got cut for a very strange reason, but she still got cut. And she was getting used all the time. Just don't know, do you? You don't know, you don't know. You're not on the main roster till you're on the main roster. So you can never really be totally confident. Can't count your chickens. Look at that submission, man. She's got legs wrapped around the back of the head there. Lovely work by Gintala. That's nice, that is. Do you know, her coming down to the ring looking a bit like blasé with her entrance. Who cares? Do you know what I mean? You can fix that in an evening. This is so much harder to teach. This is so much harder. This is like innovative submission work. It's a great little hold that with the arms stretched back by Mason Holiday. Like, that's the harder thing there. She tries to pick up Mason. Over in the corner goes Jim. Big boot coming in. Kick coming in there by Jin. Knee to the midsection. Bang. Lovely kick. Honestly, there's some. I'm so pleased that she hasn't called this quits. If she has gone to an indie promotion, there's something there, isn't there? Definitely. It's a shame that we don't get, like, you know, a bit more information as to why they kind of parted ways, because you can see some good stuff from Gintala. Mason is on her knees. She's trying to get up to her feet. Gintala keeping a headlock on, but round the back, clothesline. I hope they get told. I hope it's not like, oh, thanks, we're done. I hope they do actually say, right, look, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's this. You've got to work on these things. You know, you're going to take a bit too much work for us to be able to invest in, but if you go away, work on those things, come back when you're a bit further along. It's a win for Mason. It's a win for Mason. She does have more personality and confidence once she starts to wrestle. She's just got to find a way to get that into the entrance and the promo, says Johnny. I agree. Okay. Mason dancing away in the entranceway. Is that Big Jar? There was a big cheer there, right? But we didn't actually get to see the crowd when that cheer hit. What is going on? What is this? Why am I... I don't even know who Big Jar is. And now he's coming out dancing with Mason Holiday. You didn't win the match. You're meant to be a guest GM. What are you doing? Imagine Adam Pearce doing that. What the hell is that about? Big Nah. That's what I'm going to call him. Nana. Right, we're just previewing our triple threat match. Johnny said, I still don't know who this failed rapper-looking guy is. Big Jar took Stevie Turner's job, said Steve. I'm going to search Big Jar. I think he's got a show on Tubi, which is why we have got him around. Well, I mean, Jesus, he's got 1.9 million followers on YouTube. He's got 700,000 followers on Instagram, over 4 million followers on Facebook. I don't know who he is, but someone knows who he is. He's got nearly 1 million on TikTok. Okay. He is someone. Big Jar, what are you known for? He's been in 5 things. A music video. The Greatest Love Story, which I think is a short film that's come out this year. What's he known for? What are you known for? I don't even know what you're known for. Have you got a Wikipedia page? Big Jar Wiki. Big Jar is a comedian, actor, writer, director, influence. Mate, if you're all those things, something's wrong. If you're all those things, then in my mind, you're none of those things. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? That's like me saying I'm a live streamer, I'm a content creator, I'm a video editor, I'm a social media manager. Do you know what I mean? I'm a loser. That's what I am. Yeah, I'm a bum. Right? This is like, I'm a comedian, I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I'm a director, you're an influencer. That's probably what you are. After getting his start behind the camera filming sketches for other comedians, okay, Jara's now grown his own fan base. 5 million subscribers on YouTube. Is it? It said 1.9. Is an influencer, isn't he? That's what this strikes me as. Okay, we got Wendy Choo. Wendy Choo's having therapy, guys. Chantel Monroe. Wendy Choo. Feels angry. I can finally be myself. I'm free. It's all going to change. I wasn't connected to me. I want to see a new look. Chantal Monroe is going to see a whole new side of Wendy Choo. Okay. Oh, are these the newbies? Here we go. No, Stevie, it's just Chewy that's in there. Okay, so they're in the ring at the moment, these new prospects. Mike Cunningham. Oh, he's been trained by Cody at the Nightmare Factory. It's like if Riddle had a baby with Heath Slater and JBL. What's this? Jaquan McNair. Straight from where? Team to where? That second guy doesn't have eyebrows, said Angel. No, he doesn't, does he? Okay. Eli Knight coming through Reality of Wrestling. Oh, I don't like that fake crowd noise. Don't like that fake crowd noise. Here's Brooks Jensen. Brooks Jensen's coming out. The new kids on the block. This could be kind of interesting, putting them in like maybe a 6-man tag or something. I don't know if the Brooks is going to get some backup here. He's the bad man from Alabama. Bam, 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 bam. I'm supposed to be looking at Booker T's prized pupil. So he's Brooks is going off on each of them. When I look in your eyes, all I see is fear. Cody says you're the guy. Oh my God, I love Baby Riddle. This boy's got some fight in him. You can talk to me once you hit puberty. Let's do this right now, says Baby Riddle. Don't make me embarrassed. I'm down for this flipping match. They've done a good job of making me want to watch this match now. I did wonder if they were going to do a 6-person, but it didn't go that way. In fact, there's no match that's been announced at the moment. We'll have to see what our favourite GM, Big Jar, comes up with. Alabama, bam, bam, bammer. Here's Aaron Rourke. Trish and Lita are his idols. Do you know, he's got an interesting, different character, doesn't he? And I'm down. I'm down for seeing. I don't know if we're still going to keep going with him being in the tag team. Right. Triple threats coming up. It makes me wonder, who is everyone's favourite GM, says Trini. There we go. That'll be a fun one. James said, Drew had the passion and the determination to prove everyone wrong and come back a massive star. A lot of other talents have those credentials to succeed, but just without WWE's backing. Well, I mean, that's what they need to do, is go away, have that drive, have that determination. I mean, for some of them, they might not be able to find what's missing because, you know, what's missing might not be findable. Oh, hello. Oh my God, we got Zayda Steele and Stevie. I didn't think we'd see Stevie this week, but then we did see Jin Tala, didn't we? I refuse to wrestle Keanu because of the cast. Okay, Keanu is cleared to wrestle with the cast on. 2 weeks. So we're going to do it in 2 weeks' time. We're going to do Jackson against Keanu. There we go. Tate Wilder coming out. Daze, WWE could easily call up Fatal Influence tomorrow, and all 3 women would get main roster contracts with pay rises. Jasmine was short-sighted, not realizing that this can happen, but she wanted the money now. Well, I mean, look, it's her decision, isn't it? I think it was the wrong call on her behalf, but that's, you know, the other thing you got to remember is she's really young, so, you know, you don't know what advice she's got. She might have turned to her dad or, you know, boyfriend, and they might have said, look, play hardball a little bit. Don't get pushed around. Negotiate the contract. Say you want a bit more. Know your worth. And she's maybe done that, and, you know, it's ended up them going, okay, well, no, there's no way forward then. And honestly, it might be that she ended up outside of WWE completely not wanting to be, you know? Completely not wanting to be. And, you know, it might have been like a bit of a negotiation tactic that went wrong. It's all well and good standing your ground, but you got to, you know, if you're going to stand your ground, if that's the stance you're going to take, you might find yourself standing outside of WWE. Laredo Kids, Tate Wilder, and Marcus Mathers, isn't it? Marcus Mathers? I don't know how you spell the name. I'll just wait. Trini said she's going to end up on OnlyFans, I bet, says Trini. Well, I don't know. I don't know what she's going to do. No, there we go. Jesus, even when it's on screen, I can't get it right. There we go. Okay, the other guys didn't get a promo, but Mathers is getting a promo. Right, well, I get the sense they really want to showcase this guy. They really believe in this guy. He's certainly getting the biggest entrance. He's getting the final entrance, getting a promo. If you're new to Evolve or independent wrestling, then brace yourself for Marcus Mathers. So even the commentators are really putting him over. A lot of people from Maryland and Pennsylvania tonight. My area, said Prehistoric. Trini said young, sexy women have been bamboozled by OnlyFans into thinking money is easy to make. They're going to realize that it ruins their lives later. Yeah, but it does make a lot of our lives happier as well, Trini. You have to weigh that up, don't you? They might be ruining their lives in the future, but they could be making a lot of guys' lives like really happy right now. You got to weigh it up, haven't you? You got to 6-7 it. Shoulder barge there by Tate Wilder. Big Time said, Daze, she said on Ariel Hawani she wanted to stay. Said that she was going back and forth, and if she had made the right decision, deep down, I think there might be some regret. I can believe that. Tate Wilder collides into Laredo. Collides into Marcus. Tate with a double clothesline kick coming in there by these two. Bang! Tate Wilder goes down. Daze, have you done a predictions video for Saturday night's main event? No. No. I don't think I'll get time. Kick coming into the midsection. Slap coming in there as he goes back into the corner. Good show this, said David. Laredo, bang, big shot coming in there by Laredo. Oh, lovely work. Down goes Marcus Mathers. What are we chanting? Muno rocks. Muno rock. Going up. Oh. Lovely corkscrew off the corner there. I don't know what he was getting the crowd to chant. Forearm shot coming in by Laredo, getting driven back into the corner. Clothesline coming in by Tate Wilder. Laredo against the ropes. Clothesline there by Tate. We need to end the this poll, actually, because I don't want to get too confused. Off. Down goes Laredo. Going for the pin. 2. Boom. Guys, the champ is here. Don't forget. Opening match, you said, was good 97. Shot coming in there by Marcus Mathers. Chop coming in there by Marcus Mathers. Is driving Tate Wilder back. Kick coming in. Chop coming in. Laredo grabs Marcus. Didn't know if he was going for a German. No joy. Oh, Marcus kicking out. Oh, that was great by Marcus. Rolled through, jumped in the air, and went, ooh. Threw a kick back right in the face of Tate Wilder. Right now, Marcus, it's a really fun match. Laredo's got Marcus up. Oof, it's like a brain buster. Had him up. Drove him down. Brainbuster there by Laredo as we go to commercial break. We're at commercial break. We are at commercial break. Tell your friends. I don't care what anyone says. 75,000 is a lot of money. That's 57,000 in pounds. It's loads of money. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I think the national average in America is like 40,000 or something like that. 45. So 75. Anyone wants to say that that's not workable. How's everyone else in the performance center making it work? Doesn't matter. She made her mind up. She left. I think it was the wrong thing to do, but her choice. We're at commercials. Yeah, we're at commercials at the moment. William said, moving through my thoughts, toxic attraction, moving back into reality, toxic attraction. William, are you okay? William, are you looking for some attention? William said, I bet James can pop with a badass poem. Go. Go on, James. The floor is yours. Drop some poetry. You can be the community's poet. Oh, yeah, here's Fox. Special Forces, the world's toughest test. Right, we're back to the action. James said, I'm definitely not a poet. Right, here we go. We got Marcus Mathers slumping down. Daze, you only wrestle twice a week, 5 10-minute matches, and do training. There's people in the UK working 12-hour shift 5 days a week. You don't need to convince me, but here we go. We got Laredo going against the ropes. Suicide dive. Down goes Marcus Mathers. Down goes Tate Wilder. Trace Buster said, where can I watch Evolve? Well, it goes on YouTube tomorrow if you're in the UK. If you're in America, it's on Tubi right now. Go to Tubi. If you're in the UK, you're going to need to get a VPN and then go to Tubi. 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 Kick there by Marcus Mathers as Laredo goes down to the edge of the ring. Oh, my God. Massive kick. I'm in Australia. Probably need a VPN. Switch it to United States. And then go to Tubi. 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 That's what I do. Nice. Okay, so Tate Wilder's in control. Wow, we've got a "This is awesome" chant from the Evolve crowds. Wow. Have we heard of "This is awesome" from the Evolve crowd? There's only about 5 people there. Shoulder up there by Marcus Mathers. I mean, they are really giving it all here. I don't think we know does the winner get anything, though? Or is it just a little, let's have a roll around? Tate Wilder is looking for a suplex. Or a superplex. Here's Laredo. Laredo's up there. He's going for a powerbomb superplex spot. Marcus Mathers down. Tate Wilder down. Laredo going for the cover. Ref, what's the ref doing? 1, 2. Ref got all distracted, didn't he? The ref was looking at Marcus and he was like, are you all right? Uno ma, Bruno Mars, Bruno Mars, Bruno Mars. He's going up. He's going to hit the Bruno Mars. Oh, my God, he didn't. I love those kicks by... do you know, I really love Marcus Mathers' kicks. Oh, lovely suplex. 1, 2. Tate Wilder makes the save. Tate Wilder makes the save. Laredo slaps hard, said Prehistoric Vintage. Here's James. Roses are red. Violets are blue. If you think I'm better than you, it's because I am, so F you. That was a lame one, says James. I thought it was very powerful. Shots coming in by both guys. Oh, duck underneath. Tate Wilder round the back elbow. And again. Oh, one more for the Rhodes. Tate Wilder on wobbly legs. Laredo Kid is down. Nice big chop coming in there by Marcus. Marcus is going over. Middle rope gets caught. What are we doing here? They landed on their feet. Going over against the ropes. So they were on in the corner. They flipped over, landed on the feet, looked at each other, screamed at each other, went against the ropes. Nothing really came of it, but Tate Wilder glides into Laredo. Do you know, they're not playing it safe. They're going big. They're trying stuff. Gotta say, respect for that. Nice. Twisted net breaker. Whoa! Lovely work there by Mathers. Bang! Into a powerbomb there by Tate Wilder. Wilder is going up. Looking for the moonsault. 1, 2. Wow. Tate Wilder wins. I thought Marcus Mathers was going to win, but it was Tate Wilder, and it's a really fun match. We said there's normally a match, at least one on Evolve that does well. That was it. That was it right there. They gave that some time. I think it might be because there's not a third match. Because we've got the champ, haven't we? So the champ's going to come out and do champ things. That was good. Yeah, lots of like high flying stuff, crossbodies, shooting stars. Yeah, that was like a 450. Tate Wilder is my favourite cowboy shiz on Evolve, said Tony. Well, Tate Wilder gets the win. That's a big win. And there, look, there's the Wilder section. There's the Wilder heads. The Tate heads. The Tater tots. Marcus goes down. Look at the class of this guy. He's going over. He's trying to shake the hands of both the other competitors. That's really classy. Someone should punch him in the face. Someone should low blow him. Okay, now we've got Marcus shaking the hand of Lorraine. It's also nice. Here's Chantel. Seems like Wendy snapped out of it and now she's running her mouth. That's good. I don't care if you're spooky, sleepy, or whiny. I'll knock some sense into you. That's a good line. Chantal, that was a good line. Guys, the champ is here. Kendal Grey. Shades of Grey. They should break out with Kumbaya, said Corey. What's this? 2026. We're going to make history at SummerSlam. Do I know where we are? Are we in minute? Where are we? Minneapolis. Are you ready? SummerSlam Minneapolis, August 1st and 2nd, 2020. It's go! It's go! Ah! Where are the Tandon Jack shirts, WWE? It's go! It's go! Studometer. Oh. Yeah. We're ranking tag teams. Steiner Bros. Where are we ranking them? It's gotta be a 9. A 9.3? Yeah, that's fair. Dudley boys. Not really jacked, are they? They're not really studs. Studs. 3. 3. Yeah, they didn't get... 6! 6.8 goal! You went way too high. I'll be his pump partner. I want to be its guy's pump partner. Adrenaline drip. It's goal. That guy's pretty cool, said Prehistoric. I like him. He's a fun character. I don't think we've given him the best creative yet. Oh, yeah, we're still building to this match, aren't we? This has been like we've had 2 matches. 2 months ago, the first match was. Presley and Riggins against Adrenaline Drip. Is that going to be next week? Can we just do the match? Jack Cartwheel was competing at AAA over the weekend. He's going to be a great talent. What's the excitement level for Saturday night's main event? About an 8. Pretty excited for it. I'm going into the show knowing there is going to be talking points. I mean, it's really exciting to not only have, like, wrestling this weekend, but it's not like, you know, a show where we're like, that could happen, that might. No, we're going to get a new world heavyweight champion. We're going to get, like, that's exciting. It's exciting because it takes us down different paths, doesn't it? If CM Punk wins, you go down one path. If Jay wins, go down a different path. We don't know what Jimmy's going to do. I think there's a great opportunity for Jade. Not only might we get one new champ, we might get 2 new champs. 2 new top champs. Not even mid-card champs. So, pretty high, honestly. Oh. It's a great match. What a great match. Against the ropes. Bang, bang. Lovely. What's yours, James? What's everyone's excitement level for Saturday night's main event? Please respond, otherwise I'll block you. That was 2 weeks ago. There's Ren. There's Carlee. I bet Carlee feels like she's getting left behind a little bit. Ren's the new friend. What was that? Yeah. Gallus. Her music has got like a Gallus undertone to it. Sucks. Yeah. Kendal Gray coming out with Carlee, but I want Carlee to turn on Kendal. She should turn on her. Because Kendall's gone off to be with, like, Ren, and, like, Carlee's just been left behind. Carlee is dancing away. Turn on her. Do it, Carlee. Do it. Do it, Carlee. Do it. You've got to do it. She's left you. She's betrayed you. You deserve it. You deserve it. She does deserve it. She's goated. I'm not going to tell you a sob story about how all my dreams came true. This is validation. Two years she's been at the Performance Center. She's pacing around, isn't she? You don't have to. Drag Callie into the grey area. See how Callie likes to respond. Oh my God, that was the Tate Wilder section a moment ago. Now it's the Kendal Gray section. Can't be the everyone section. I made her play my game. Okay. That's right. That's right, Queen. Okay. You better be able to step into the grey area. So, Kendal Gray holds up the championship. Oh, we do get someone coming in. Who is it? I don't know who that is. Who is that? Some LFG. Wow. Mate, do you remember when we were talking about how the bloodline might need someone to deal with Nikki Cross? You could put this girl straight into the MFTs. I mean, probably not really, because, you know, I'm sure she's got a lot of development to do, but I've never seen her before. Oh, she looks Samoan. Well, she's got to be. She's got the Samoan tattoos. I don't think that you're allowed them if you're not Samoan. Should I try? Should I go down to my tattoo shop down the road and be like, I want you to cover me in Samoan tattoo? I'll be Daisy and Hawaii. Yeah, she's got to be. Wow. Do you know, I thought for a second it was one of the Tonga twins. I've never seen that girl. I mean, I don't watch LFG. I really should. I would have been a lot more excited then if I'd have watched LFG, wouldn't I? I would have been here going, oh my God, guys, it's PJ. It's Perkins or whatever. It's PJ Perkins. This is so exciting. But instead I was like, who's this guy? Who's this boomer? She pancaked her. Uso Daze Fatu. Well, I mean, I have put a bit of weight on, but Angel, you don't need to draw attention to it, you know? Thanks, mate. She was good when she was in LFG Season 1, said Johnny. Good intensity, in-ring and promo. Rob said she's slimmed down a little bit since LFG. P Nasty. That's her name, P Nasty. That just makes me think of urinating in a disgusting way, you know? P Nasty. You know, like on old people or something. Imagine that. Imagine some old people sunbathing and you go over and you're just peeing all over them, yeah? That's what that name makes me think. And that's not a good image to have. Don't think about that, right? Because it's not a good image and it's hard to get it out your head once you start thinking about it. Okay, so moving on quickly. You lot said that last match was great 60%. Great 60%. Rob said, no, you're thinking of Nasty P. Well, it is true. Nasty P, P Nasty. But you could also imagine them going IP nasty, you know? And it's like, what does that mean, you pee nasty? And then, like, they'd have to explain how they pee nasty, and that might involve old people. How long of a run do you think they're going to give Tatum? She'll get a run. Yeah. A few months. She might even make it to Stand and Deliver. I don't know that we'll be going past that. I think there's lots of people that are around, like Jordan Grace, Blake Monroe. Obviously, Blake's just going to start her mid-card run now. Izzy Dame is obviously a threat. You could say Fallon Henley has not had a run with it. You know, we gave JC Jane a go. We could give Fallon Henley a go. But there's a few women around, you know, a Jada Parker, a Sol Ruka. So I don't think we can say it's going to be like 12 months or anything along those lines. But yeah, I mean, I'd say, you know, good couple of months. If she doesn't lose, I don't think she loses it this year. I think she'll lose it either early 2026 or maybe just after Mania, something like that. Mania is probably a good target. But she is part of the Anoa'i family. What? Nasty P? Nasty urine. Part of the Anoa'i family. She can drop it to Wendy Choo, says Jim. Well, I think Wendy's going through a bit of a change, isn't she? I don't know. I think that we're doing a whole refresh with Wendy Choo. What was her name? PJ Nasty. Was that her name? PJ Nasty. Oh no, her name is P Nasty. P Nasty? P Nasty. That is her name. P Nasty. Okay. P Nasty. What do we know about her? Nothing. There is no info. She's from Florida. That's it. And I don't even know if that's her. It might be someone else that's using that name. She was born in Summer, Washington. She made her debut in January 2025. There's a pro wrestling fandom account for her, but it's got no. She's an American professional wrestler and a former rugby player. She is of Samoan descent. PJ Vassar. There we go. So her name's not P Nasty. Her name's PJ Vassar. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? PJ Vassar. Imagine if Wendy Choo and Tatum Paxley fought the Women's Championship, said Jem. Glockness said she is not a blood relative of the family, but she is part of the extended family. The stream will end shortly, said, but Boomers always knows. So good at that. It's true as well. It is. This stream is going to end shortly because the show has concluded. We've rated all the matches. I need to go and do Unseen. I need to get tomorrow's little quiz sorted. You just know, but don't you? You're so dialed in. Uncle Luke said, I was invited to a belated Halloween party during Saturday night. Oh, really? You turned them down, though, didn't you, bud? You turned them down. You went, no, I've got to watch Saturday night's main event. Edward said, that's her nickname. The new trademark name. Solid 7 said AB. She slimmed down a little bit. There we go. I thought it was Tamina, said Corey. I thought it was one of the Tonga twins. That's they look a little bit like her. But yeah, interesting. New talent coming into Evolve. I'm not down on that. That means we're going to do this PJ Nasty, PJ Vagina, whatever her name is, against Kendal Gray. That's obviously a match we're going to be doing in a few weeks' time. That'll be good. Get to see what this girl's all about. Obviously, expect Kendal to get the win. Ultimately, I'm telling you, I'm looking at Carly Bright. She's got traitor written all over her. I think she turns on Kendal. Kendal, if you're watching this, don't trust her. Don't trust her. I don't like the cut of her jib. I don't trust her. I bet WrestleMania 42 ticket prices are going to go higher. Depends if they sell. If they don't sell, they might drop them as we get closer to it. But if they're selling well, then dynamic pricing will likely kick in. Anyway, there we go. That was Evolve. Really appreciate people joining us. I'm going to run away, start working on Unseen and start working on a few other bits and bobs. But yes, really appreciate it. I don't know what's happening with the web tomorrow, because didn't Tommy say that he was away for a few weeks? And I don't know if that starts tomorrow. It might start tomorrow. Don't know. So I don't know. You might see me tomorrow on the web. You might not. Definitely here for SmackDown. Definitely here for Saturday night's main event. And that's all that matters. So thanks for joining us. Appreciate it as always. And I will see you again next time. Bye for now.